After Carter appoints a new CEO, Katie fires Electra. Today on The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge, Steffy, and Eric concoct a scheme with Zende. Remy revels in his accomplishment, and Carter begins putting his squad together. Eric approaches Ridge at the Cliff home and inquires about their plan of action. He is interested in hearing Brooke's opinion. According to Ridge, he and her did not spend the night yesterday night. The thought of getting out of bed and ready for work crosses Steffy's mind. Is it true that we won't be entering? Dad, she inquires. No, he replies. Eric finds out that Ridge informed Brooke that he couldn't coexist on the property with Hope. Hope and Carter can't get Steffy to do what they want her to. That goes without saying, Eric mutters. At that very moment, Zende enters the room. He announces he's resigning. I'm a Forrester. I'm standing alongside my family. In Forrester's main office, Carter clears all the photos except Stephanie and Eric's from behind the desk. He calls for a meeting with all of the division leaders as Hope walks in. She tells him how good he looks in that chair. Carter's first official act is to employ her back, if she'll accept. Hope teases him. Does he know any competent lawyers who will help her look over the contract? After giving him her requirements, which include unlimited access to the man in charge, Carter tells her that she belongs there. Hope says it's great to hear. She feels lucky to have him by her side. In the design office, Katie stares at the photo of Electra she was sent with concern. Brooke comes in and updates her sister that she didn't sleep well. She kept hoping Ridge would return home. Katie's sorry. Brooke has trust that things will work out, it will just take some time. Katie is there for her, the Logans take care of their own. Brooke praises her and wonders why she wanted to meet her. Katie has something to show her. At Il Giardino, Remy also glances at the portrait of Electra. He flashes to digitizing and changing it. Sheila observes his look and wonders what's going on. He says he's only thinking about a friend of his. Sheila asks if he wants to talk about it. In the salon, Electra asks Will to assist her drape some fabric. She teases that he could be overqualified for the position. Will claims this position comes with perks, like spending time with her. She's glad and doesn't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. Electra tells Will she texted Remy because she feels awful about the way they left things. She'd like them all to hang out. Will wonders whether she's sure they didn't date. She says he's only a buddy, but he's sensitive. She'd feel horrible if she wounded his feelings. Will thinks it's unusual when she tells him Remy hasn't responded yet. He discovers that Remy was kind of a loner and they were both nerds in school. Electra then gets nerdy about the science of producing jewelry. Will tells her she's lovely and smart. Electra says Remy likes computer science, and he was there for me during a difficult time. At Il Giardino, Remy tells Sheila that he was checking out what someone put online. Sheila urges he get back to work. Deacon doesn't slack her. After she walks off, Remy gets back to his phone. In the design office, Katie informs Brooke she got an email containing photographs of Electra. She shows Brooke who gawps, oh wow. She thought Electra was sweet and innocent. Katie protests that this is Will's girlfriend and they also can't afford unfavorable press right now. Brooke agrees. They'll have to abandon their relationship with Electra. In the main office, Carter informs Hope they're going all in on Hope for the future, which will get all the resources it needs. Ivy knocks and comes in. She heard that Carter is head of Forrester now. He assures her it won't damage the jewelry line. Ivy asks whether she comes to him for approval now. Carter answers, yeah. Ivy admits she's having a hard time thinking how her family members feel about this. At the Cliff home, Zende tells Ridge, Steffy, and Eric that Carter and Hope urged him to stay on, but he's a Forrester. He won't betray his family. Steffy thinks he should reconsider. Ridge agrees. They need someone there to represent their interests until they can take the corporation back. In the salon, Will questions Electra about the difficult time in her past she keeps referring to. She feels it would have been much more difficult without Remy. At Il Giardino, Remy fumes and screams as he flashes to Electra telling him they're not friends like that, and to Will asking him to leave Forrester Creations. In the design office, Katie and Brooke wish it didn't have to be this way. Ivy knocks and comes in. She asks whether this is about Hope and Carter. Katie says it's about her niece, Electra. We're going to have to let her go from Forrester. Ivy gawps. She asks what could possibly be the problem with Electra. Katie tells her they just don't think she's a good match for the organization. Ivy replies she'll have to give her something more. None of this makes sense. Electra comes in and Katie tells her they'll have to let her go from Forrester. In his chamber, Remy smirks, say goodbye to Will. In the main office, Carter and Hope look ahead to fallout. Hope says they'll remain positive. If they want to be negative and go low, it will look like bitterness. Carter says it appears like they're on their own. He's not convinced Ridge, Steffy, and Eric will ever come back. He wants her to be part of his executive team. Hope has to focus some of her energy on getting her line up and running. Carter would like her insight. She believes it's a great change of pace to have her perspective valued. She believes in his vision and is eager to stand by him. Carter muses that he'll need a terrific CEO to handle the day-to-day. I think I know the perfect person. He excites Hope by telling her he wants Brooke to be CEO. She can't wait to tell her. I love you so much, she gushes. Carter likes her too. They kiss. At Steffy's apartment, Zende can't believe his family wants him to stay on and work with Hope and Carter. Eric reminds him that he's a designer, you design. Ridge adds it will be wonderful to have someone on the inside. Steffy agrees. She believes that the takeover won't last and their day of reckoning will be there before they realize it. Ridge says that Carter doesn't get fashion.
He doesn't have the talent or vision. Eric declares that they are the corporation. Steffy's confident they'll sink without them. Ridge agrees, and there's no help in sight. Next on The Bold and the Beautiful. Ridge and Steffy grow increasingly frightened as Eric watches the business he built disintegrate and will confront Remy. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers Wednesday, December 18th. Carter sells Brooke on CEO role. Will threatens Remy. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Wednesday, December 18th, state that Eric Forrester will feel like the firm he founded from nothing is crumbling right before his very eyes. It'll take a toll on Eric, so Steffy Forrester and Ridge Forrester will get increasingly concerned about this whole affair. Eric has suffered some health concerns in the past, so Ridge and Steffy may fear this could be a setback for him. It's been hard for all the Forresters to watch Carter Walton seize control of Forrester Creations with Hope Logan cheering him on. Of course, things are about to get considerably tougher as Carter puts his next big initiative in motion. Carter's going to shock Brooke Logan with a CEO pitch and push her to recover the CEO post, so she'll have a major decision to make. Brooke will finally accept Carter's offer, but she may have some type of plan in mind to repair the damage with the Forresters in the end. Whatever the case, Ridge will wind up fuming over Brooke's video announcement later this week. In the interim, Electra Forrester will attempt to make sense of her termination from the organization. Although Electra just discovered she's being let go, she'll definitely have some questions for Brooke and Katie Logan. Katie may eventually attract Electra's attention to the scandalous photographs that popped up in her inbox, but those pics aren't what they seem to be. Remy Price made deep fakes, so Electra may scramble to explain that she's been targeted. Even again, Forrester Creations can't afford a controversy right now, so Electra may have a hard time holding on to her jewelry design goals. At Il Giardino, Will Spencer will pay Remy a visit and put him on notice. After May shares his fear that Remy may do something to ruin things for Electra, he'll give a strong warning. If Remy dares to hurt Electra in any manner, then he'll have to answer to Will. However, Airbnb forecasts warn that Will could be playing with fire considering how crazy Remy seems. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers claim Remy won't give up on Electra without a fight. So we'll bring you updates on all the bad news to come. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Bill Spencer picks up the pieces for Brooke Logan. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers state that Brooke Logan is on the receiving end of Ridge Forrester's waffling. Ridge and Brooke quarrel about his care of her daughter, Hope Logan. Will Brooke turn to Bill Spencer for comfort? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Ridge Forrester destroys Bridge. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers state that Ridge refuses to realize that the Logans have always been treated like second-class citizens at Forrester Creations. Ridge doesn't recognize that Steffi's treatment of Hope was not based on a business choice, but on her emotional feelings. Steffy even confessed this, and Ridge still maintains the point. Ridge has completely turned against Hope, and Brooke isn't going to put up with his actions. Ridge even tried to force Brooke to make Hope move out of the cabin and find her own place. When Brooke declined, Ridge walked off and went right directly to Steffy's so he could whine to her and Taylor Hayes. Ridge sleeping with Taylor ends bridge. B&B spoilers. Brooke Logan needs someone who supports her. Brooke is simply fed up with Ridge's disdain for her and her daughter. If Ridge can find comfort in someone else, so can Brooke. Brooke will turn to Bill Spencer, who may come over to check on her. No doubt Bill hears what has transpired with Carter Walton and Ridge. Bill never ceased caring for Brooke. He has told her so countless times. Bill has even tried to convince Brooke to come back to him more than once. Will Brooke fall back into Bill's arms and allow him to offer her the support she needs? Since Ridge and Brooke are both single, may they reunite? The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Bill Spencer knows what he wants. Bill repeatedly emphasizes that Katie Logan is the love of his life. Katie is convinced that is only true when Brooke isn't available. Is Bill about to show Katie correct by taking Brooke back, now that Ridge has once again broken her heart and ran back to Taylor like he always does? Could Brooke and Bill not only start a new romance, but could Bill throw in with Carter and hope to take over Forrester Creations as well? Will Bill offer Brooke exactly what she needs now that Ridge has once again moved away? Ridge doesn't deserve Brooke, and she is correct to go against him. Can Brooke completely move on from Ridge this time and do it with Bill? The bold and the beautiful spoilers. 3 ways Steffy gets revenge on Hope. 2025 payback strategies. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Steffy Forrester holds Hope Logan accountable for pushing Carter Walton to take over Forrester Creations. Whether you feel it's genuinely Hope's fault or not, Steffy clearly blames her opponent, and that's what matters here. Steffy has pledged to become Hope's worst nightmare, so she's certainly preparing retribution. It's just a matter of what technique Steffy will take to obtain what she wants. So here are 3 ways Steffy can get revenge on Hope. 1. Disrupt Hope for the future reboot. For starters, Steffy might disrupt Hope's attempt to bring back her line. Although Steffy typically wants what's best for Forrester Creations overall, these aren't the usual conditions. If Hope for the future becomes a major hit again, then Hope will never want true Forrester power restored. Steffy may feel that she has to play dirty here, so she may utilize her various Forrester connections to make sure Hope's line tanks once more. 2. Damage Hope's reputation. Another strategy Steffy may take would be to damage Hope's reputation. Hope still has a good girl image when it comes to the public, so Steffy might leak some things to the press and seek to ruin her saintly picture. Since Steffy wants to make Hope suffer, she might acquire some scandalous publication to pull her down. A scathing piece might play on Brooke Logan's awful history and make Hope out to be Brooke 2.0 due to her run of bad behavior. 3. Plot to terminate Hope and Carter's romance. A third road to revenge would involve plotting to end Hope and Carter's romance. Steffy doesn't think it's going to last anyway, so she might try to shove things forward with some covert maneuvers. Perhaps Steffy might put some temptation on Carter's end and try to convince him to cheat on Hope. On the other hand, Steffy may arrange a temptation trap for Hope instead and seek to show Carter her true colors. Either way, Steffy might aim to set the setting for a betrayal that'll blow things up big time. As a bonus, it could ultimately serve to destabilize Carter and Hope's takeover attempt. Our B&B forecasts hint to Steffy nailing down some revenge strategies in 2025, so we'll let you in on any awful news that might be lurking for Hope. The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest Steffy will make some adjustments to her vindictive plans as the tale progresses, so stay tuned. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Ridge and Taylor's steamy encounter. Brooke's heartbreaking revelation. The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates show Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester's romance is on uncertain ground after Ridge opted to leave her. Naturally, he found himself at the Cliff House, where Taylor Hayes couldn't help but take note as soon as she heard he had walked away from Brooke. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Taylor Hayes is ready to take Brooke's place with Ridge. Taylor appears to be extremely keen to step into Brooke's role and get close to Ridge during this hard period. However, Ridge and Brooke have yet to officially dissolve their relationship. They seem to be in a state of ambiguity, but this scenario won't endure for long. Ridge is once again presented with the difficulty of choosing between the two women he still has affections for. In the week of December 16th to 20th, Brooke is prepared to make a huge impact by recovering her prior position as CEO of Forrester Creations. Hope Logan and Carter Walton are likely to approve this move, but what is Brooke actually striving for? B&B spoilers. Does Brooke Ligon have an ulterior motive to her business move? Could Brooke be designing a strategy focused at delivering happiness to everyone involved? She might regard this as a short-term solution, with the intention of eventually restoring Ridge and Steffy Forrester to their positions as co-CEOs. There seems to be more to her acts than merely pursuing power. The weekly preview video indicates that Brooke has something to clear, as she comes at the Forrester estate and cries out to Ridge, signaling she needs to have a chat with him. It appears that Brooke expects to spell out her whole plan following the CEO announcement, but she's going to stumble onto a frustrating and startling surprise instead. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Ridge Forrester is already surrendering to Taylor. Brooke Logan walks in. Ridge will be caught up in his emotions for Taylor by that time, resulting to a passionate kiss and potentially pushing their evening to the next level. If they believe they have the house to themselves, they might simply start shedding their clothing there in the living room. However, there's a potential Brooke could come upstairs in search of Ridge if he decides to take Taylor to a bedroom for some intimacy. Regardless, it appears likely that Brooke will walk in through an unlocked door and witness Ridge and Taylor's heated encounter firsthand. Upcoming spoilers hint that this could be the breaking point for Ridge and Brooke's relationship. So keep a lookout for further information on their impending breakup. Electra is fired. Carter wants Brooke to be CEO as Eric urges Zende to become their insider. Today on Bold and the Beautiful, Carter clears out the office. Electra tells Will how much Remy helped her, and Sheila encourages Remy to stop slacking. Eric is with Ridge and Steffy in the Cliff home. They are attempting to figure out whether anyone can get through to Hope. Eric complains that is a horrible betrayal. Steffy asks whether they are truly not going into work. No, responds Ridge. He even relocated off the property to be away from Hope. Eric and Steffy swear they will never take instructions from Carter and Hope. Zende strides in and proclaims that he is retiring. He's standing by his family. They applaud him for his loyalty but recommend he reconsider. It would be wonderful to have someone represent the family interests until they take the company back. Steffy thinks there has to be something of the corporation to salvage, so they can regain control. Eric urges him to take advantage of the chance to design. Steffy and Ridge think it will be good to have someone on the inside. The day of reckoning is approaching. Eric says they're the corporation. Steffy and Ridge are sure they will sink without them. At Forrester, Carter has the office wiped out but allows a photo of Stephanie and Eric to stay. Hope enters with coffee and talk eagerly about his ambitions to push through the transformation to a luxury brand fast. He asks her to officially come back. She thanks him for all his support. He tells her he will always be by her side. Carter claims the corporation is going all in on HFTF, and she will get everything she needs. Ivy comes in and Carter tells her that the changes at the top won't affect her line. She'll just have to come to him for permission. She has a hard time imagining how her relatives feel about this. Once she takes off, Hope and Carter discuss about how there will be ramifications from the shakeup. They need to make the Forresters look bitter. She's pleased that he has so much faith in her vision and loves being at his side. He said they need to put together a good team. He's managing the LLC, so he needs a CEO and thinks he knows the right person. Brooke joins Electra at the salon to assist her photographs the designs from the jewelry collection. She informs him how she's not going to leave the company anytime soon. She thinks they should hang out with Remy so he can get to know him. When he asks again if they ever dated, she says they are only friends. When she notices he hasn't been responding to her texts, she says they were nerds in high school. She explains how much jewelry has to do with science and he laughs he's feeling out of his league. She adds Remy is into computer science and was there for her during a trying period. Electra won't disclose what that was but thinks it would have been difficult without Remy. In the design office, Katie looks over the deep fake of Electra that Remy sent her. Brooke arrives. Her sister asks how she is and Brooke replies she didn't sleep well but she's trying to have faith that things will work out. Katie advises her to call if she needs anything. The Logans take care of their own. Brooke realizes her sister is angry, so Katie shows her the images of Electra that were anonymously mailed to her. This is shocking. Katie says they can't afford a controversy right now. Brooke agrees. They need to sever their relationship with Electra. They call Ivy in and say they need to let Electra go. This makes no sense to Ivy. They think she just isn't a good fit. Electra walks in. Katie quickly announces they have to let her go. At Il Giardino, Remy stares at the deepfake on his phone until Sheila interrupts. He says he was just thinking. She believes he's looking intense and asks if there's something he needs to talk about. He claims he was simply checking on a friend, and she encourages he get back to work. Remy goes to his room and flashes back to Electra, and while telling him not to come to the office, he sniffles and scratches his face. As he builds additional deepfakes, he says, "Say goodbye to Will,"